Make sure you've got your name at the top of your Lesson 42 power-up. Go ahead, press pause while you complete this, then go ahead, press play. If you're listening now, you should be done with all of this. Let's go ahead and correct it together. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 5 is 35. 4 times 9 is 36. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 5 is 0. 6 times 9 is 54. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 5 times 6 is 30. 4 times 7 is 49. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 9 is 63. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 9 is 18. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 9 is 72. 6 times 5 is 30. 8 times 2 is 16. 9 times 7 is 63. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. 7 times 2 is 14. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 5 is 45. 7 times 5 is 35. 3 times 2 is 6. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 1 is 9. 8 times 8 is 64. 0 times 9 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 9 is 27. 4 times 5 is 20. 9 times 6 is 54. 4 times 4 is 16. 9 times 9 is 81. Mental math. A, 563 minus 242. 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. B, square root of 9. Well, 3 times 3 equals 9, so the square root of 9 is 3. C, $5.75 minus $2.50. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So you get $3.25. D, $8.98 minus $0.72. 8 minus 2 is 6. 9 minus 7 is 2. 8 minus 0 is 8. So you get $8.26. E, Amelia purchased a sandwich for $4.85 and a soup for $1.99. What was the total cost? $4.85 plus $1.99. Well, this is 1 cent short of $2. So $2 plus $4 would be $6. And then 1 cent less than 85 is 84. So you get $6.84. F, how many ounces in 1 cup? Well, last week we learned that 8 ounces are in 1 cup. G, choose a more reasonable estimate for a capacity of a drinking glass, a cup or a gallon. When I think about a gallon, I think one of those big gallons of milk. Is that what you're going to drink in 1 cup? No. So 1 cup is a good estimate for a drinking glass. H, 9 times 9 plus 19 plus 54. 9 times 9 is 81. Plus 19 is going to be 100. Plus 54 is going to be 154. Problem solving. Gennaro wanted to measure the length of his pencil. Instead of a ruler, he only had a broken piece of a yardstick. Gennaro placed the piece of the yardstick along the broken pencil. How long is the pencil? Well, notice normally we start at 0 with our ruler, but this one's going to start at 16 since it's a broken piece of a yardstick. So we can still count how many inches it is, though. 1, 2, 3. 3 and 1/4, 3 and 1/2, 3 and 3/4. So it's 3 and 3/4 inches. Okay, you could also do 19 minus 16 to get 3 because we started at 16. So if you just take away, if you got 19 and 3/4 and then just took away the 16 inches that you started with, you'd get 3 and 3/4 also. Go ahead and flip it over and let's get started on our new concept. Today you will learn how to use rounding numbers to estimate. Today, the first example that we have is we need to find the product of 200 times 3. Now, if we're saying 200 times 3, that's really 3 groups of 200, so we could either do 200 plus 200 plus 200 or 200 times 3. Let's start adding first. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So we get 600. Now, today we're also going to learn how to multiply these. Now, when we multiply, what we do is first we're going to do 3 times 0, then 3 times 0, then 3 times 2. Okay? 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we get 600. Either way, we get 600. Let's look at example 2. Example 2 says 6 buses will be used to transport students on a field trip. Each bus has seats for 40 passengers. Altogether, how many students can the buses transport? So if we've got 40 students in each bus and there's 6 buses, we can do 40 times 6 to find this answer. Well, I need 4 times 6 is 24. So 40 times 6 is going to be 240, but let me show you how we got that. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4 is 24. So we get 240 passengers on those buses. Example 3 says round 472 to the nearest 100. B says round it to the nearest 10. Okay, so underline that place that we're rounding to. So in A, we're rounding to the nearest 100. 0 through 4 don't get no more. 5 through 9 go up one time. 4 looks at the 7. 7 tells the 4 to go up one time. So it's going to go up to 500. Here, the 7 looks at the 2. The 2 tells the 7 don't get no more. So the 4 stays the same. The 7 we're going to stay the same. And then after we round, we turn the rest to zeros. So A, 500. B, 470. Example 4 says Erica lives about 1 mile from school. A mile is 5,280 feet. Round 5,280 feet to the nearest 100. Ones, tens, hundreds. This is our hundreds place. 2 looks at the 8. The 8 says go up one time. So the 5 stays the same. The 2 goes up to a 3, and the rest turn to zeros. So it's rounded to 5,300 feet. Example 5. Round 362 and 385 to the nearest 100, then add. 3 is in the hundreds place, 3 is in the hundreds place. 3 looks at the 6. 6 says go up one time, so it goes up to 400. 3 looks at the 8. The 8 says go up one time. So 400 plus 400 equals 800. Example 6. To help prepare for the school play, the students in Mrs. Jacobson's class Arrange 9 rows of chairs in the gymnasium. The students place 44 chairs in each row. What's a reasonable estimate of the total number of chairs that were in the gym? Well, we can round both of these. 9 is really close to 10. If we round 44, 4 looks at the 4, says don't get no more. So it's 9 rows of 44 is really close to like 10 rows of 40. So if we multiply to see how many we get, 10 times 40, well, 10 times 40 is going to be 400. Because we multiply by a 10, when we multiply by 10, we can just add a 0 to the end. So it'll be about 400 chairs. Think about it. If we have 3 times 10, it's 30. 8 times 10, it's 80. So 40 times 10, we're just going to add one more 0 and get to 400. Look at our lesson practice. 5 times 7 is 35. Oh, sorry for all my yawns. So 50 times 7 is going to be 350. Remember, we could get that way also if we said 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. B, 600 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18. So we get 1,800. C, 0 times 7 is 0. 4 times 7 is 28. So we get 280. D, 800 times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 8 times 4 is 32. So we get 3,200. E says round to the nearest 100. E, F, G, and H are all round to the nearest 100. So notice I underlined the hundreds place. 8 looks at the 1. 1 says don't get no more. So we stay at 800. 6 looks at the 8. 8 says go up 1 time. So we go up to 700. 4 looks at the 2. The 2 says don't get no more. So we stay at 400. 2 looks at the 5. The 5 says go up 1 time. Sorry. 5 is in the hundreds place. So the 5 looks at the 7. The 2 is going to stay the same because it's in front of the number we're rounding. 7 says go up 1 time, so we go up to 600. So 2,573 rounded to the nearest 100 is 2,600. Awesome. Let's get a head start on some of those problems. Double check you got your name at the top, and then we'll start with number 5. Number 5 says write a rule for the sequence and find the next 3 numbers. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. That looks like our perfect squares. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. So our next 3, 64, 81, 100. And then the rule would be perfect squares. Get a little closer. Number 8. Find the length of the screw to the nearest 1/4 inch. Find it to the nearest centimeter. So get out your handy dandy rulers. Nearest 1/4 inch. It's nearest to 1 1/4. And then B, nearest centimeter. So flip to my centimeter side of my ruler. Start at 0. It's nearest to 3 centimeters. So A, 1 1/4 inch, B, 3 centimeters. Notice I got my labels on there too. $15 is like our lesson for today. It says 9 times 80 is how it's written. I would write it like this, vertically, 80 times 9. Now I can do 0 times 9 is 0. 9 times 8 is 72. So I can get 720. Flip it on over. 19. 19 says W times 6 equals 42. Well, I've got a missing number in a multiplication sentence. So I gotta find, oh, sorry for my yawns, guys. 6 times what is 42? 6, find the 42, drag it to the side, 7. So W equals 7. $22 says use words to write 5,280. So 5,000 280. And then it says which digit is in the tens place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So the 8 is in the tens place. A, C box, B, 8. Moving on to 25. It says, what is the sum of 3 squared and 4 squared? So sum means add. 3 squared means 3 times 3. What's 3 times 3? 9. 4 squared means 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So what's 16 plus 9? Well, 16 plus 10 would be 26. So one less than that, it's going to be 25. If you didn't know that, you can always do it that way too. You'll get the same thing. And last one, 28. Anissa used a stopwatch to time herself as she ran 3 50-meter dashes. Here are her times in seconds. Arrange Anissa's times in orders from fastest, which is the least time, to slowest, which is the longest time, right? The fastest person is the person who runs the shortest amount of time, right? Because they ran the fastest. So we have 9.12, 8.43, and 8.57. Well, I already know 9 is going to be the longest, so I'm going to put that last. Now, which is faster, 8.4 or 8.5? Well, 8.4 is faster because it's less time. I have 8.57. So I can write those in my box. 8.43, comma, 8.57, comma, 9.12. Awesome. That is all the problems we're going to do together. Feel free to ask any other questions on Zoom.